Welcome to another episode of The Best Revenge is Good Living podcast. Now, your host, Larry Oaks.
So when you put the lights, camera, action on, then it's time to get on the mic. It's time to show and prove. It's time to show what you do. Use that intellectual property that God gave you between your head. You're not just a hat rack.
That is true.
It is true. It's 100% true. I never lied to you.
Good rap.
Man, that's all I do is give that good rap. Since 1982. Now I really like
I feel like this is just me and you just talking with music in the background.
Well, here's the second thing you gotta know if you're gonna be on the show. You either gotta step it up or step it out. Because on the Best Revenge is Good Living show, we talk the truth, we hold nothing back, we come straight at them, we taking out next. We taking out next in the fourth quarter of the year of our Lord 2020. They want to think they can get things by us. They want to throw sucker punches. They want to pull all the stuff out the woodwork. But guess what? Guess what?
What?
They're gonna fail. They ain't gonna do what they think they're gonna do. It ain't written. They're playing right into the act that they're supposed to play into. Everything's shuffling down the board exactly the way it's supposed to be. Shouts out to your peg. Word up.
No, dude.
Go ahead.
To be honest, I'm probably gonna hop out. I'm gonna and stuff, but I'm just wondering if this recording.
Yeah, man, we on. This is the Best Revenge, you know. We don't take no names. What you gotta say tonight, man? We got my boy JP, the Prodigy in the house. JP, wanna know what's in that brain of yours? What are we talking about?
I don't know, to be honest. Chilling.
You been chilling?
Mm-hmm.
You been on permanent summer vacation for what, like 6 months already, huh?
Yup.
So I mean, you like it?
Yeah.
Do you learn something new every day?
Not really.
Man, are you reading? You keeping up with your reading?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. That's a no.
Huh. Well, actually, I kind of am reading a book.
You are? What's the latest book on the topic right now?
Right now, it's the book called Bad Guys.
Bad Guys, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And what's Bad Guys about? Bad guys?
According to what I know of, it's like animals, like the fox. You know, like the one from that one story when he basically dressed up as like a grandma or something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, and then
The fox. Yeah, the little fox dresses up like grandma.
and there is a shark.
It's a wolf. The wolf.
Yeah.
In
a
sheep's
wolf.
clothing.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, that's so right now too. A wolf in sheep's clothing because there's so many people
It's a good book, and I'd
eating
say
little kids.
I'd say if there's any grades, if you'd want to read it and expand, basically depends on your reading skills.
Yeah, your reading level.
Yeah, your reading
You
level.
got to be what,
If
like
you-
about a fourth, fifth, and up,
it'd be more like a 3 or 4.
like a third or fourth grade level. You can get into this.
Well, actually, more of a 2nd or 3rd.
Okay,
It's
okay,
pretty easy. It's like one of those old-time flash books.
okay.
It's like a few words and like some pictures.
Oh, it's mostly pictures. Yes, I like that. Like that's the way I liked them too.
Yeah, I read it. The context, they put a lot of art behind the characters and what they. You
Okay.
can see how they show how they're angry.
Right.
The dude's angry, and
It gives you visuals
Yeah.
along with the words
you
that
could
you're getting.
see- Yeah, because there's a shark and a snake.
That's
and
the main characters
Yeah,
in the book. Shark and a a snake.
and a piranha or something.
Oh wow! So this is a book really of some bad guys because in the animal world and the animal kingdom, those are some pretty bad guys right
The
there.
funny thing about
That Shark Week too right
the
now.
fun thing about it is all of them has like a criminal record, and in the sharks, the wolf covers it up.
Yeah.
And you could see in the background it saying locals Jaws.
Locals Jaws. You heard it here first, and who's the author on this book, do you know?
No, I didn't actually look
but
at that.
you have, I know that I saw you have more than one. They look the same. You got two, right?
Two.
So you're getting into the one now, and then you're going to get the other one after?
Mm-hmm. I also recommend, if you were to read books and you like lots of pages and lots of words and some picture in the background, or some decent
so kind of opposite of what this one is.
Yes. That would be the Diary of the Wimpy Kid and the Harry Potter series.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually pretty big books with pretty good words. I'd say the Harry Potters would be 5th and 6th. Depends on your reading level.
Right.
Diary of the Wimpy Kid would probably be like, if you have a decent, not great, not bad, but like decent to know words and understand them, that'll be your type. Harry Potter, it's like some next level stuff.
Yeah.
You need to know what it's meaning.
It's a book that you can easily get lost in.
Yes.
Because because if you just imagine, they always say the book's better than the movie. So can you imagine all the details that's in a movie that's that's in a book?
So when you read the book, I remember reading it. I don't really remember it being the same way, but I definitely know some of it is the same thing.
It's like Hogwarts, and it's like,
But the difference is, if you read in the book, people say it would be better to read. It is. And then also, if you're all like, oh, I already watched the movie, you should actually read the book, because the book kind of is better. I haven't made it that far because I got like lost in a little, and most of it because I wasn't really.
So you know what I do? So check this out.
The reading level?
Well, no, it's not that you're not that high in the reading level. It's that you don't understand the words that are being said. So what I always would do, or it's probably different. I have never opened a Harry Potter book. I've bought them for your brothers and the ones that you have, and so I know that I will read a sentence, and if I don't know what that word is, I go blah blah blah, and then I continue reading, and then I go, if I don't know this one, blah blah blah, and then somehow I fill in the blanks. Those words kind of fill in. You have to understand this too. With the Harry Potter books, she's a real witch. The lady, that J.K. Rowling's or whatever, she's from London and shit. They've really got like these things up on their chimneys, on their roofs, and it's basically for their
broomsticks.
The broomsticks.
Probably the one whooping item, the broomstick. Just once you see your kid have an F minus or something, come in the broomstick.
And bow! Just the handle. The handle pops off. Boom!
Yeah.
Like the ones from Harry Potter, those look like axe handles.
I was watching one of this video. I'm not gonna say the exact channel or whatever, but I remember I was watching this. He was reading down this. One point it was like a B+, and he's like, B+ for broomstick, does like some random stuff, and like all of a sudden the kid's gone.
And he takes out.
He's all like, you could run but you can't hide, and he's just looking around. It's kind of like, it was like the hide and seek part. You see the shoes and blah blah. Other than that, whenever I read a book, I want to read and see what the letters are. I don't know what is it with me, but I love reading books.
Well, yeah, it's exciting. I love reading books too, and but I haven't read as much. You know what? I read a lot, but not technically books. I don't open books. I read a lot, like on my phone or on my computer. But books, it's an excellent way to get your mind thinking about other things, and as far as like.
I read a lot of stuff, like gain context, like the warnings and stuff.
Right.
Like whenever I read books, though, I don't know what is it with me. I love reading them. I like sit down and read them. Maybe even lay down on my bed and read them.
But you crash out. You fall asleep.
No. But I don't know what is it with me. But after, before I start reading that book, I'm telling myself, let's go read that book. But really, I'm all like, no, I don't want to get up. I don't want to go grab the book. Once I grab the book, I'm like, well, I'm glad that I got it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, I'm glad that I got up.
Well, that's the hardest part in life, man. The hardest part in life is always starting. Once you get going, once you start getting in the, it's your routine. You get it in there. It's nothing, but it's always starting. That's why I always say it only takes one day. it only takes one day, because if you do it, then all of a sudden you don't even recognize it. Like when you're doing the elliptical, right? You hit that one a day for 5 days, and you're money, baby. You're money.
The one thing I usually do when I read is I try my best to remember the characters' names, because that would be a key thing to know who's talking. And then because later on some books, or maybe if I'm talking about like a game or something, later on that person will disappear and not come back for a long time, and it's good to learn the traits of them, because once they come back, by then you'll forget about them, and if you don't remember what they're useful for, you won't be able to use that to your ability.
And this is in what?
Well, this is like if it was a game, but in books, just learn the name so you know who's talking.
The characters.
Yeah.
And the roles they play in the story.
Basically, if you were to read a book and you saw someone and you like it, has them, basically they're going to be a main character. And that means you'd probably learn about them, so who's talking and what do they mean. Other than that, basically that's the only reason why I learn people. Other than that, I could probably care less about the characters.
Right. And reading books, you'd probably rather be on your Xbox and chatting live on your phone and FaceTiming with your friends, no?
I, to be honest, enjoy reading books.
Yeah.
It's just when it comes up to Xboxes, to be honest, I'd probably get rid of my Xbox for a book, but it's like sometimes I just don't want to open it, and then once I open it and start reading, 5 pages in, I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I'm just too lazy to get up and grab the book.
Yeah, it's so easy. It's so much easier to just flick your fingers on.
Basically, this is just us talking about books.
Well, no, this is, you took it there. I don't forget what we did, or I think I asked you the question about summer, and then it came up to books studying and all that stuff. But hey, if you're going to do one thing over the summer, I'd say books, because number one, for you personally, JP, the Prodigy, math for you is like nothing. You've always had math down to the thing. So reading is keeping that muscle. And we both know that your writing and your writing is just.
The one thing that I have my weaknesses in school.
Your kryptonite.
My kryptonite would be doing like writing, like in math problems, if you want to say. If there's like one of those parts where you have to like understand what's this and that and what do they mean and what's wrong and have to connect it and write it down, basically. I cannot do those. Like, it's too hard. I either need my classmates' help or the teacher's help, because I just can't. Some of them I'll probably get. Usually in tests, either we skip those or we have to do them, and I just fail at those and get everything else right.
So is that a psychological thing? Because it's just it's just a word problem.
I don't know why, but it's like I can never get them right. Maybe some of them, like maybe I'll be able to write an answer. Maybe I'll be close to right, and usually they're wrong, but maybe I'll get it right by chance.
Yeah.
Usually when it comes up to math, I'd say I'd be an A+ student on that.
Yeah.
Some of them I get wrong because I get too brain.
You think it over too much.
Yeah, I think it over too much. Usually, I have my own way of learning stuff, so it may be different to people, but like the real way
it makes sense to you, like how you calculate.
Me, my brain thinks way different from most people. The way I write it makes people be all like, I have to explain it really heavily to get it.
You do it backwards instead of forward, huh?
Yeah, if you want to say that. But in my mind, I know I got it right.
Because, you do it backwards. That's the way I do it, too.
Usually, I probably, when it's like a times problem or like division or whatever, I break it up in all possible ways, and then I'll combine it. And once I get the answers on each one, I'll go to that one and try to see how it works, and if I come up with the right answer. Usually, when it comes up to math, that's my specialty.
Yeah.
When it comes up to like those writing math problems, it's my kryptonite, you know what I mean? And the reading, though, I'm actually a pretty good student on that, you know?
No, I know you are. You picked it real up last year. You picked it up like 2 points.
I'm able to definitely read like pretty good books. You know what I mean?
No, I've heard you, and I'm impressed. I'm gonna tell you that one thing right now.
I don't know why, but the thing is, whenever it's like write a story or like something like that, that's like another kryptonite. I can't do that.
You still owe me a report.
I can do it, just not as well, because it's like I could do that probably a little bit better than my math runs, but usually in the normal runs, like the writing, usually like read the thing and then write it. I can, but I'll either get the wrong answer, and my handwriting is, to be honest, not that good.
So the penmanship, yes, is not
it's
close,
okay.
but it's okay.
What's it called? And then the way I use my words, just nah.
Yeah,
I
not
get
that
it all
bad.
wrong.
But yeah.
Like I'd probably use like the wrong then or it's or something, if you get it. And whenever I speak out like words, I just straight up like it's like I'm an A+ student on that. But whenever I write it, it's like,
I was gonna say, if you could do all those things, right? If you could do the word problem maths and the writing of whatever on a keypad,
it's probably
or if
because
you can
it's
say
like,
it into your speaker, and like you do sometimes Texas or whatever. If you could do that, you'd be A on all of them, huh?
Yeah, it's like whenever I'm at school, it's either it's like there's kind of a tinge of pressure, like you want to get those good grades so your parents would be proud of you and you could get it done. And then yet again, there's like just, people like all chit chattering or something.
Right.
It depends on what's the class like. In my class, when at the beginning, it was total nonsense. Like everyone was like, it was like chit chatter. People like, if I'm right, the teacher didn't have to really yell, but she did have to like once in a while
Get firm.
like tell everyone to be quiet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard the first like half of school wasn't that hard, but once it hit like the next quarter, it was like everyone understand how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it took a quarter to get
like half of it.
It took two quarters. It took two quarters for people to get it down.
Probably like a quarter and a half or something.
Yeah.
But it took a decent time before people got used to it.
Yeah.
Because not just that, people would be chit chattering and like stuff like that. So
yeah, distracting everything, so it takes so much longer.
The tables had to switch multiple times, so everyone would get used to new partners.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like just new people, new table. You know what I mean? All your thinking processes, you had to get used to, new people.
And then doing groups.
It didn't happen too often, but it would happen like maybe, like I remember there was like a lot. The fun time though is one of the most favorite parts of that.
What's that?
Our school.
What's that?
Because or like basically the free time.
Oh, okay.
Whenever we got computers, we play like not like video games, but like run math games.
I remember that little robot that one time when we took it in your class, and you had a little robot that went around. So there was
like these. Our teacher also had this container of like these little thingamajigs that roll on the ground.
Yeah.
Our class loved them. Well,
yeah.
Not really. I loved them. They were really hard to control, but I got used to controls and learned how the way they worked. I don't even know how, but I was probably better than half of the class at it.
Yeah.
And decent and leveled up with the rest.
Yeah.
And I remember we had to have like this container over it, and like most of them were getting destroyed. Like it was either getting ripped, not by kids, or either the way they put it on, or like them like rolling around, hitting into like the stuff.
Yeah.
And on accident,
just trying to operate it because it wasn't easy to be operated.
The way I to be honest I learned it by just rolling around. Me and my friends did this little game where like one of us would drive it around, hide it, drive around, and the person would like two of them or one of them would be running around trying to grab it. Once they grab it, then either we do it again or we switch seats.
So you just said that was one of the best times right there, that free time when you got to do that. Now let me ask you this. So to wrap it up, because we're getting ready to wrap up this show, but if you could go back to school like it was before and do all that, are you ready to go back, or would you rather stay home?
To be honest, I'd rather, because in school, usually there's kids who distract you.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Probably the best ever part would be lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to eat, and that's just the best thing you could ever have. And then the recess after that would be I think the second longest one.
Yeah.
And then once you go on to the grade I'm in, you don't get that third recess. You have to go in, and we have PE. It's kind of like recess. You run around the track, which everyone loved. Well, not really, but, ran or walked. And then you could play for like a couple of minutes. Then we went back in.
Yeah. Just stretch your legs, get some sunlight.
Our teacher, like, when it hit like around time for school to close, like at least half an hour. By around that time, we'd like 1:45. We'd be able to have fun. You know what I mean? We'd do something. If I'm right, if we got our stuff done fast, we'd be able to have free time for like 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll get to packing our stuff and then be sitting there waiting for like 5 minutes, and then school ring.
Then it's ready to
go. Yeah. Well, actually, we had to walk out, grab our bags from the wall, and then went. You know what I mean?
So is that something that you miss? Is what I'm saying. If you had an option, if you had the choice to do what you're doing now, which is doing the stuff that you do here, or get up and go to school every day like you did before.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, and to be honest, I'd probably choose to go there because they had books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But really, to be honest, I'd probably like to stay home.
You rather stay doing what you're doing, independent study.
Yeah, because you're used to being home, sitting down on the tables, eating your food there.
Right.
And that, at this point, I'm used to that now. It would take
that here at the house, huh?
Yeah, probably way better movies, the ones I actually want to watch.
So there you have it. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking with JP, the Prodigy. He's in the house. Check out his channel. Also, Cool Kid Daily Videos. When he uploads, since the coronavirus hit, he hasn't been really feeling no type of daily videos. He's been racking up all the learning and all the information and all the secret codes. I already know how this guy works. He's got them all in his head. When he's ready, he's going to put them out there. He's going to start.
Probably just play a few games, get some equipment, and then learn how to edit.
Right. Slash. But you got to come correct, especially in 2020. We got so many things that make our lives so easy, so leisurely. Thank God, and those of you that need, you got to just get on your knees and ask the Lord to take you to where you want to be. And that's the triple truth, Rue. So once again, thank you for joining in. It's a pleasure. JP, the Prodigy, once again, give him a hand. No, I said the hand, baby. I said the hands. Right. Best revenge is good living. It's your boy Larry Oaks, a.k.a. Big Renz. Peace and love. Remember, in life, the best revenge is good living. This has been another Pure Entertainment production. All names have been changed to protect the innocent. Remember to like, share, subscribe to that bitch. Peace.